Disney characters are typically known for their charm and wit, but in some cases they also come with short tempers and a bad attitude. Here are 5 Disney characters with the worst tempers. Number 5. Ralph Wreck-It Ralph. Although Ralph is a big sweetheart, he has a bit of a temper, which is demonstrated twice. The first time, he gets into an argument with the Icelanders and smashes a cake. The second time, Vanellope is unable to return his medal, and he cracks a jawbreaker. Both these instances come after he's been severely mistreated. His role in the game is unappreciated, and he's treated like a criminal no matter what he does. He's desperate to change his circumstances, and when it appears that his efforts were for nothing, he snaps. Ralph's temper comes less from his programming and more from his frustration with being needlessly persecuted and alienated. Number 4. Max. A Goofy movie. In many ways, Goofy's son, Max, is the opposite of Goofy. Where Goofy is cheerful, optimistic, and easygoing, Max is moody, cynical, and impatient. He's constantly angry with his dad for embarrassing him. At one point, he loses his temper so badly that he says hurtful things to Goofy that he shouldn't. Things come to a head when Goofy finally loses his temper with Max's nastiness. They air their grievances and frustrations as they chase the runaway car into a river. Finally, they make up after things calm down, and Max learns a lesson in being more communicative with Goofy instead of holding onto his anger. Number 3. Grumpy. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Grumpy is one of the most contrary characters Disney ever created. Where the other dwarves like Snow White immediately, Grumpy takes longer to warm up to her and is incredibly rude no matter how kind she is to him. Even when he does grow fond of her, he'd rather jump in the river than admit it. When the dwarves discover that Snow White is in danger, however, Grumpy leads the charge to save her. He's the one who organizes the dwarves and is the first to go after the evil queen. When the dwarves mourn Snow White, he's one of the dwarves crying the hardest. As much as Grumpy under a prickly personality, he's a loyal and caring individual. Number 2. Donald Duck. Out of all the members of the Disney family, Donald Duck has the most explosive temper. He's a little feather ball of frustration who doesn't cope well with bad situations and has no qualms about biting his friends' heads off. His anger is so fierce that it overrides all fear. If he's being a coward, all his friends must do is make him angry enough to fight. He's even murderous sometimes. There's one person he controls his anger around, and that's his girlfriend Daisy Duck. When things go wrong around her, he usually blames himself and is always trying to do better. The portrayal of their dynamic isn't always healthy, but he clearly loves her and wants to be his best self for her. And finally, number 1. The Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Out of all the ostensibly good Disney leads, few come as close to villainy as the Beast. Aside from being selfish and cruel, the Beast possesses a violent temper and barely refrains from physically hurting other people. When Maurice comes looking for shelter, the Beast locks Maurice in the dungeon with seemingly no intention of releasing him. He threatens, commands, and yells at everyone, including Belle, despite his desire to win her over. It isn't until the wolf fight that the Beast finally tries to learn self-control. Humbled by Belle's kindness and bravery, he becomes calmer, gentler, and more empathetic. The change is solidified when the Beast releases her. While the movie is marketed as a romance, it's also a story of redemption. That was 5 of the angriest Disney heroes. Like and subscribe for more content like this.